Okay, we are recording, we are live, we are good. Awesome, you guys. Well, welcome to the day 3 of the Wealth Accelerator Challenge. How was the homework? How was the homework? I would love to hear from you. So if you had any big aha moments, obviously if you are watching now, or if you are watching later, or if you're watching the replay, come say hey, let me know so I can love on you. If you're watching the replay, I want you to be reacting as if you are live. And today's gonna be really, really powerful. So we're gonna talk about all things aligning and getting ready to receive more clients, cash, and sales than ever before. So again, at the end of this, we will have a live Q&A. I do have a call directly after this, so I want to make sure we stay on time as much as possible. So let's make this super interactive. Let's make this super fun. And it's going to be an incredible end to our Wealth Accelerator Challenge. So today is the day, and it's the time that you get to shift into overflow. Shift into overflow, an overflow of cash, an overflow of clients, an overflow of sales. What would that look like for you? You get to have as much money, clients, and sales as you want, but it all starts with a thought and a desire to want more. And you're here right now because you have that desire. But your first step is to become an embodiment of already having it. Already having it. At all moments, you have a choice. You can act from a place of lack or a place of desire. And when you act from pure desire, it happens quickly. It gets to happen really, really fast. So take a minute and look in. What place are you acting in now? Are you acting in desire or are you acting in lack? This is something to really look at, right? And so the goal of all of this is that we are in non-resistance. So when things come up and when obstacles arise and when things hit the fan, what are you making it mean about you? Because it doesn't have to mean anything. It doesn't have to mean anything. If you're feeling really good and you're present in the experience and you know what you have, we don't want to force things from a place of lack. Be willing to shift out of that. You can shift out of it at any moment. So what we talked about, the past few days is that it only takes 17 seconds to completely shift your energy. So if you are choosing to stay in lack, that is an active choice that you are actively choosing. What do you choose instead? I dare you to choose again and become the embodiment of what you want to receive. Become the embodiment of money, of sales, of clients, always. Represent money as who you are. If you're always in lack, it is so easy to sit in lack. It's so easy. And I'm sure you guys can relate to that, right? When you have a bad day, it's easy to sit in the shit. It is. But what I know for sure is that you cannot make decisions when you are in a full on level 10 resistance. You can't make any good decisions that way. So I want you to stop doing the thing that is holding you apart from what you want. There's a gap of where you are to where you want to be, and there's a gap here. And if you are saying these things like, I'm trying, I'm working on, I'm running towards, I want you to be here. I want you to be as if it's already done. What's keeping you where you are? So let's identify that. What is keeping you where you are? And if you know what that already is, drop it in the comments. Because as soon as we can identify it and become really self-aware, then we get to shift it. And the most beautiful message is to remember is that you are your source. And when you become your source, which AKA is realizing you are your power, you are why people will buy, you are the one who's got it going on, you can create wealth at any moment. Every action and inaction is alignment. So alignment equals money. Alignment equals manifestation. Alignment is who you really are, And being like your well-being is who you really are, right? So like the wellness of life, the well-being of you. Alignment is who you really are. The well-being of who you are is who you really are. Love is who you really are. This is all your natural birth state. Your natural birth state is healthy. It's love, it's joy, it's filled with blessings. And when you are who you are really meant to be, which is in alignment with money, with clients, with sales, then you get to have everything that you've ever wanted on the subject of money. So it's your job to practice being in alignment. This is a huge job for you. So I want to make sure you don't spend any time on things that make you feel bad. Your focus for the next few days, as well as for the rest of your life, is to feel really good all of the time. This is what naturally elevates your energy, and then that attracts more things to you all of the time. So when you're in alignment and when you're feeling really good, and you stay in that moment of feeling so good, it's easier to stay there and develop that as your new normal rather than being wishy-washy, right? So as soon as something bad comes in, right? Because I understand that bad thoughts exist for a reason. I understand that sometimes something happens and it triggers you, or someone cuts you off in the middle of the road and you're like, why did you do that? Like, you had plenty of space behind me, or things trigger us, right? It's your awareness that's going to help you get to the place and get to the point where you're like, that's a funky thought. I don't really want to listen to that thought. I want to keep feeling good. And then you get to choose to dismiss it. You get to choose to allow it to release from you, and then don't engage with it. Don't engage with it any further. Withdraw from the actions. If you have a stinky thought, you don't have to continue sitting in the stink. You just don't. So the thoughts that we think about money is hard. No one would ever pay me $10,000. $10,000 is so hard. I'm living paycheck to paycheck. It's all just not true. It's just what you created because of your experiences and because of these belief systems that you've gotten yourself into. And the best news I have for you is that if you got yourself into a belief system, you can get yourself out of it. All of it is just a story. It's just a story. It's something that you told yourself in your head over and over and over again, and then you started to believe it because your brain provided evidence to say you're right. So your goal here is to not think about the things that make you feel bad. And it sounds so simple, and I understand this is an active practice that you have to choose to decide, now is the time I'm going to work on this. Now is the time that I'm not going to sit in feeling bad, and I'm going to choose to feel really good. And we're going to do an exercise on this in a little bit here. So I'm really excited for you to try this. But when you first wake up every single morning, I want you to think about this too, you guys. When you're sleeping and you wake up from a dream, you don't really have any thoughts. The day is not good or bad yet. It just is. But you can train your brain to instantly start thinking and focusing on feeling good right when you wake up. Right as soon as you open your eyes, run through all of the amazing things you have in your life. Because we don't start thinking about bad things until we're actually consciously aware that you woke up. And hey, remember the stuff that you were dealing with yesterday? Oh yeah, let's just remind you of that. But the goal is just to feel good. So I want you to drop this in the comments. What is something that is so easy for you to feel really good about? What is really easy for you to feel good about? Let me know. Drop in the comments. What is really easy for you to feel good about? I love taking baths. Like, I feel so good when I take baths. So I can think about traveling. I can think about my family. I can think about making a nice warm cup of tea. I can think about connecting with my friends. I think about future plans. I can think about all these different things that just naturally make me feel really, really good. And we want to identify what that is for you. What makes you feel really, really good? What can you think about that instantly just makes you feel good and you're just excited and you're just happy? Because thoughts carry momentum. So it's like a ball that's rolling down a hill. And this is what I mean when I say the more you practice feeling really good, that's just what becomes your normal. That just becomes your new normal. Because if a ball is rolling down the hill, so right, we're going down the hill, at first it might move a little slow, but it's going to pick up massive speed by the end of it. And it's a hell of a lot easier, so much easier to sustain a fast moving ball. to keep it moving than it is to start the ball and to stop it and start it again and to stop it and to start it again. So this is our goal, is to practice feeling good, practice being in alignment, practice being ready to receive. We'll talk about receiving here in a moment. So the thought that is the problem, the thought that's causing an issue for you, it's not actually true. And you get to choose to disengage with the thought and choose to feel good. Choose to feel joy and love and wealth, because that's your natural birth state. So the only thing that is actually true for you guys is everything that you've ever wanted, everything that's on your desire list. That is what's true. So as you continue these next few days, I want you to start noticing the things that are triggering you. So that way we can be aware of what we have to really actively practice feeling good. So maybe it's a bill that comes in the mail. Maybe it's a payment coming out. Maybe it's working. Maybe it's talking to someone. What triggers you? And if you already know and you're already aware of this, drop it in the comments so we can work through this immediately. What triggers you into a downward spiral around money, about clients, about sales? So your job is to identify that and recognize, well, this is a gross thought. And then we can disengage, because ultimately we know it's not true. You can disengage and move on. So I have an exercise for you. I want to show you how easy it is to shift into a new thought. So I want you to go ahead and close your eyes. Okay, close your eyes. And go ahead and take a deep breath with me. So we're going to breathe in through our nose. Hold at the top, big belly breath, and then let it out. Let's do a breath one more time. Breathe in through your nose. I want you to think about money. Now I want you to think about your body. Now I want you to think about your family. Now I want you to think about the beach. Now I want you to think about taking the trip you've always dreamed of. Now I want you to think about your hair. How easy is it to shift your thought? How easy is it to think one thing and then all of a sudden we're thinking something different? I just shifted that for you because I gave you something to focus on. In an instant, you can shift your thought in an instant. So why are you not doing that? Simply shift your thought and your focus into something that you actually enjoy. It's almost like hiccups, you guys. Hiccups are the worst, right? Okay, so when you have the hiccups, you know, they hurt, well, at least for me, they hurt my chest. They're super annoying. They're inconvenient for everyone. And often we focus, right? I just want this to go away. I just want this to go away. I want these hiccups to disappear because they hurt and you're like, I hate hiccups, right? Focusing on the hiccup is not going to help anything. But what usually happens? Once you have hiccups, what usually happens? An hour later, something comes up and you're like, oh, I don't have hiccups anymore. Why is that? Because you decided to focus on something else. You decided to shift your thought and focus on something else. And then, of course, it disappeared. You no longer had hiccups anymore. They were gone. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. You can shift so easily. And the more that you're aware of the power you have over your thoughts and over your mind, the easier it is to attract more clients, more sales, and more money than you've ever had in your entire life. So what do you actually want? You're going to shift back into alignment as soon as you feel off. Why do you want to feel this way? Or like, well, as soon as you feel off, I usually check it in like, why do I feel this way? What do I want to feel? And why do I want to feel that? So let me get a drink here. Resistance comes up and we always want to try to get back to alignment. When it comes up though, when you get triggered, why am I actually feeling this way? That's what I want you to ask yourself. Why am I actually feeling this way? Excuse me. I've got a tickle in my throat. Oh, goodness. Hello. I want you to get to the point, though, that you start questioning the things that are coming up for you, because they're actually just a systematic of the deeper belief that's actually within you. So take a look at that discomfort and the things that come up. Why am I feeling this way? What is this actually about? What do I want to feel instead? How can I choose to feel that now? So if anything that comes up that conflicts with you having what you want, that is all a lie. That is all just not true. You have what you have on your desires, on your heart for a reason. It is there on purpose. It is there because you are absolutely meant for it already. What's happening in your life right now is a manifestation of your past thoughts, and what you get to manifest next is what you're thinking now. So what do you want to manifest? What do you want to be thinking about? What do you want to be thinking about? So reality gets to be what you want. And so I want you to kind of look at, how does this thought serve you? So remembering that your brain is here to survive. Your brain is like a sponge, especially as a child. So every single thought you have is trying to serve you in some way, shape, or form. Every single obstacle you go through is trying to protect you, is trying to give you a lesson. If you've ever find yourself going through a cycle over and over and over again, you're like, why am I going through this again? Why am I going through this again? It's because you haven't learned the lesson yet. You haven't learned the lesson. What is the lesson you need to learn to be able to move forward? So scarcity, when it comes to money, that's not really what's going on for you. I want you to kind of shift back into the excess of overflow, because if you have a desire for it, there is a way for it to happen. And I love this little saying, if it's meant to be, it's up to me, right? It's up to you guys. Nobody can make this happen for you but you. So let's translate this whole topic so far into business. So you have ideas all of the time. The ideas are not the hard part. The ideas are not the hard part. It's your mind and going after it that you maybe don't follow through with all the time. And I'm going to give you the 6 steps to launch and sell anything. Whether that is a free offer, a paid offer, it does not matter. But there's 6 steps to making this happen, to really, really stepping into and shifting into the person that makes money, clients, and sales with ease, and that's just your natural birthright. So number 1, it's getting into alignment, which is what we've been talking about. It's feeling really, really good. Well, when you're activated, when you're excited, when you're feeling good, you naturally, number 2, receive ideas. You naturally receive ideas. You get these little nudges. You get these little inklings of, maybe this is the next step. Maybe this is the next thing I need to work on. Maybe this is where I'm going next. So getting into alignment is number 1. Receiving ideas is number 2. Then you need to fully trust and have faith that, of course, this was given to you on purpose, that, of course, it's going to work out. There's no other space for it to not work out for you. And then you need to take immediate action. And this is the one, number 4, is the one that people always forget. People always second guess, and they talk themselves out of doing something that actually could be the thing that makes you millions. Take immediate action. Number 5, put yourself out there daily. Get visible. Get visible in front of your target market. People have to know who you are. That's why we talked about yesterday why you're not actually signing clients, because people don't even know who you are. Put yourself out there daily. And then keep sharing your message and people will sign up. Keep sharing your message, invite them to the sale, have a clear call to action, and people will sign up. People will sign up. But as a high achiever, you're never going to really hit the end goal. And I want you to be okay with that, because you're always up leveling. You are always growing. You are always expanding. And the more that you expand, you can never retract. So come into alignment daily and take actions and make decisions from that space, from that version of you. If you were a person already making the income that you desire, how would he or she be running his or her business? What would that look like? So The past few days, we've talked about your monthly goal for this month. Now, I want you to think even bigger. What do you actually want to achieve? What do you want to make this year? Drop it in the comments. I want to know. Because a lot of your goals are like 20K months, 5K months, 3 new clients. Some of your goals are 6 figures. Some of your goals are 30K months. I think someone had that goal. 10K months. You know, whatever that is for you. What is the bigger goal? Is the goal that you want to make this year 6 figures? Are you wanting to bring in multiple 6 figures? If you're wanting to do 10K cash, it'd be 120,000 for the year. So we need to know our big vision though to be able to break it down into monthly. So for the year, where do you need to be in 9 months to hit the year goal? Where do you need to be in 6 months to hit the 9-month goal? Where do you need to be in 3 months to hit the 6-month goal? And then break it down into every single month of what do I need to do weekly and daily to actually get to the bigger picture. Because it's not the short-term vision. This is the long-term vision. That is how you become a really successful entrepreneur. But you can do this. I just challenge you to make it easy for yourself. The how it's all going to come together. And I'm a how person, you guys. I am a how person. It doesn't always matter. What matters is that you step into the version of you, this version over here. Don't sit in the gap. This is where you are. This is where you want to be. There's a gap here. Don't sit in the gap. Don't be available to sit there. Instead, go to where you want to be. Of course, this is going to happen for you. And that's the mindset that I want you to get into. Of course, it's going to work out. Like, of course, it's going to work out. The certainty mixed with energy and action, that's what's going to take you there. And then when all of your insecurities come up, that's like the real work. It's saying like, hey, I hear you. I hear you thought. I hear you fear. I see you. My Siri is I didn't talk to Siri, but it was acting as if I was talking to Siri. But I hear you. I see you. Thank you. I'm going to choose again, right? Because I'm the person who blank. And I love that. You guys should write that down. I am the person who blank. And I don't need to listen to you right now. You can write a little breakup letter to your fears, to your thoughts, because it's a daily decision and dedication of you shifting into feeling really, really good so you can show up and serve the way you're meant to. Now, you deserve to live life at the fullest level of your dreams. And we're going to dive into 3 things that you need in order to receive more money, clients, and sales than ever before. Are you ready? Are you ready? I'm excited. Okay. So the first thing is, Amina said, I love the idea of a breakup letter to your fears. Yes. Yay. I do this a lot, actually. I do, if not once a month, sometimes more than that. You know, it's just really like kind of getting rid of that. All right. So number 1, you need to choose that it's already done. Okay. So let's talk about the how. That icky H word that comes up, because I'm a how person. So I understand and I resonate with other how people. But the how comes up because sometimes we might be stretching our brain a little bit too far. But how? Like, I'm a how person, so I totally get it. But that comes up because your mind isn't quite there yet, but it can get there quickly. And there is actually a ladder step that you can take to be able to step up into fully believing it's possible for you. And we'll go over that ladder, don't worry. So wanting something, if I'm just sitting here and I'm like, man, I just want $1 million, that's not gonna manifest it to my life. Just wanting something is not manifestation. Your frequency needs to be where it needs to be to attract that. So we're gonna do these phrases. Okay, actually, you know what? Let me find my notes here and I'll put them in the chat. I believe this is part of your homework, so you'll have it in the homework too. So let me go ahead and type to everyone. Okay, oops, why did that not copy? That way you guys have this and you guys can see this and you can do it with me while we're live. This is how we bridge the gap from what you want and then saying, well, how is this even possible? Here's how. So I want blank. Fill in the blanks. So this is a fill in the blank problem. I'm getting closer to blank. I am creating blank. I am moving towards blank. I am making blank. I make blank. Then we go to the end goal. I receive blank. I also like I now choose to receive. That's a good one too. But you don't need to figure out how to receive. You just do by taking action and being in alignment. You get to receive. You get to receive. You get to receive. I want you to just say that out loud. I get to receive. I get to receive everything I've ever desired. And the how, when we focus on the how, it messes up manifestation. So the next thing you need to focus on, okay, what do I need to do now, knowing that it's always going to work out for me? So it's not supposed to make sense at first. Sometimes your goal sounds totally ridiculous and you're like, I have no idea. It's not most to make sense. Stop trying to logic something that you're meant to feel. You're meant to feel it from within. And where your mind goes, your body and your actions and your energy will flow. So if we get right in our mind, your actions are just going to naturally happen because you're going to have these ideas. You're not supposed to think about how it's going to come together. You're supposed to feel it coming together. What is it going to feel like? It's the faith and trusting that it's going to work out because you were meant for this. When you're operating at a higher vibration, meaning you're feeling really, really good, it's easier to attract the things that you desire. That is where it comes together. That's where the magic happens. So visualization, it actually helps your body attach to the words and attach to something physical, which makes it more attainable. So your energy being activated, that's where magic is created. You guys, business is a numbers and it's a magic game. It's not just numbers, but there definitely has to be numbers involved. Definitely has to be numbers involved. But it's also magic and believing that a lot of things can happen. You are meant to make a big impact in this world, and your energy needs to reflect that. So abundance, thinking about abundance and being more abundant, that's not a monetary feeling. It doesn't matter where your bank account is. It's a choice even just drop it in the comments, you guys. What does abundance mean to you? To me, it's like it's wholeness, it's peace, it's love, it's an ever-flowing river of joyful earnings. It's a non-ending stream of amazingness, right? It's not about a specific number. Abundance comes from a massive amount of gratitude for the things that we have, and you can only receive as much as you are grateful for in the current moment. So where has your gratitude been the past few days? Where's your gratitude been the past year? So feeling abundant all of the time, it comes back to your daily practice of feeling gratitude for what you have, and then feeling grateful for what you are about to receive. I want you to make believe those feelings, it's like, what does that actually feel like? And then trust that you are supported. Trust that you are supported. Decide and believe that it's done, and then choose. Choose what you want. Give yourself permission, because when we don't give ourselves permission, we don't actually choose what we want. We land in the middle, or we land nowhere near any of our desires. Okay? So number 2, become your future self. Who do you need to become to live the life you dream of? So we've talked about this the past few days, but it's so important. And I love this phrase. As someone who now receives blank amount of money a month, what am I now feeling? So let me actually type this into the comments. As someone who now receives blank K a month, what am I feeling? As someone who now receives blank K a month, what am I feeling? What do I offer? What do I do next? And it's asking yourself, you want to ask that higher level of you and really truly remind yourself who you are, because miracles are a natural state. And they happen to those who believe that miracles happen. And they happen daily, you guys. If they don't happen, then something is off with your alignment. So let's say this. Let me give you this example, because I know a lot of you are business owners. So if you put a program out in the past and it did not sell, there's a couple things that probably happened. One, Either it's not really what you wanted to do. It was not your deep soul calling. Maybe you thought it would make you a lot of money, so you just did it. Or two, you didn't actually follow through with sharing your energy to the extent that you could with the program. So what I want to help encourage you to do is actually run through the finish line. Run through the finish line, not just to it. Because, and here's an example, you guys, people stop way too early. If I would have stopped my last launch, because my last launch was not looking great. I had like 0 people signed up for weeks. For weeks. If I would have stopped that when I was like, man, I don't really know what's going on, I wouldn't have signed 8 clients in 14 days. Hi, Kira. I just saw you pop on. I'm gonna mute you. But all right, let me say that again because I got distracted by Kira's beautiful face. She has this cute little heart picture. I love that. I was like, I love that. Okay, so what I was saying, the last launch I did, I was launching this and literally it was like weeks in, you guys. I had 0 people sign up, 0 people signed up, 0 people signed up, 0 people signed up, 0 people signed up. If I would have just ran to the finish line, I would have probably given up. Or I probably would have given up before I even got to the middle of the finish line. But if I would have given up, I wouldn't have signed 8 clients in 14 days. What if I gave up though? What, like, even though, because it looked like it wasn't going to work out. What if I did give up? Then I wouldn't have been able to create that momentum. So instead, I invite you to look at your situation of what you're selling right now and really fall in love with it again and take action knowing that it's incredibly amazing. You have to remember is that your energy, the ideas that you have, they actually have a shelf life. They have a shelf life right now. Take action on it now. That's the biggest thing. That was part of the 6 things that I gave you earlier to go sell and to go receive more money than you ever imagined. So this is the biggest issue that I see in people's businesses is that they don't take action. They overthink things. They second guess it. They wonder if it's even a good idea. Don't beat yourself up. This is not about anything that you've done in the past or what you've done wrong, anything like that. This is you getting to choose to make a start fresh today. If you excel or if you fail, that's okay. It's all just an expression of who you are. There is no good. There is no bad. It doesn't mean anything about you. It just is. And you get to recreate and choose again every single day. You get to create your life every single day. Amina said, so true. Our ideas have a shelf life. This is such an eye-opener. Thank you. You're welcome. Hi, Janelle. I saw you pop on. So your goal here, what we're talking about today, is to stay in the energy and the excitement until you hit your goal. Just because it wasn't on your timeline does not mean you're not going to hit it. You guys, do you know how many times I had a goal and I put it on a timeline and I didn't hit it? I can't even tell you. If you would be mind blown, you'd be like, Brooke, how are you still doing this business? It's not about hitting it on my timeline. There is a bigger purpose. There is a bigger mission. There's a bigger message. And I know I will hit it eventually. It is not on my time. It's on God in the universe, whatever you want to believe in. Okay. So don't wear yourself out. You get to create as much as you desire, but continue to run after it until you hit it. If you guys have been following me for a while, actually it was the fall. This is like one of my most beautiful stories about this, about not hitting my goal and then continuing to go after it. So the fall of 2017, I was working with a coach and she challenged me to, I told her that one of my dreams was to go see the tulips bloom in the Netherlands. And it happens once a year for 6 weeks of the year. So the Keukenhof is only open for 6 weeks of the year. The tulips bloom and then they start to die off. It's just what happens, flowers. And I was like, I really, really, really want to go. And I've been wanting to go for years. And so in the fall of 2017, she was like, all right, put it on your Facebook that you're going to go this next year. And I was like, I have no idea if that's going to happen. And I was so scared. And I made the announcement. I had people excited. I was like, stay tuned, you guys. March is going to be the year 2018 that I go to Keukenhof. I go to the Netherlands and I see the tulips bloom. And guess what happened? I didn't go. It didn't work out. It did not work out at all, actually. But did I give up on that? No. Because if you've been following me, and if you've been following me for the last year, you know that in 2019, I not only went to the Netherlands, I not only went to Amsterdam to see the tulips bloom, but I went to like 10, 11 countries and over 40 cities last year. Do not stop when things don't look like they're working out, because you did not come this far to only come this far. I want you to run through the finish line and keep going after it until you make it happen. That is being fiercely unstoppable. That is never giving up on your deepest desires and your dreams, because there is no prerequisite for getting rich. There's no prerequisite for everything that you've ever wanted. It gets to be yours. It's just not always on our timeline. That doesn't mean that it's not meant for you. So that was my rant. Okay, number 3, I need you to check in with your money love story. This is a big one, you guys. When I had this like aha moment when it came to my money, I was blown away and I was like, oh shit, I got a lot of changes to do. So check in with your money love story. What does your relationship with money look like? What does your relationship with clients look like? With your thoughts around clients? What does your relationship with sales look like? If you want to be good at something, you've got to do it daily. You have got to do it daily. So money, which is why a lot of you are here to accelerate your wealth, money is a daily relationship. There's no fast switch. It's not like you just flip a switch and you're like, I'm rich. It's the 1 millimeter shift every single day to get to where you want to be. And honestly, that should alleviate so much pressure, just knowing that you get to do better every single day. You get to focus on it every single day. So I want you to check in again. After this challenge, what are my fears? What are the thoughts that still come up around receiving blank K a month? So a lot of you said $20,000 a month. That was your goal. What are my fears around receiving that? Some of you said $10,000 a month. Some of you said $30,000 a month. Some of you said $5,000 a month. What are my fears around receiving that amount? And you get to clearing that on a daily basis. Like we talked about, I choose to disengage. I choose to think about the things I want to think about. That's why we did that exercise earlier, to show you how quickly you would shift your thought. So take a minute and look at your life and ask yourself, how have I been treating my money? If money was your significant other right now, if money was the love of your life, how would it feel towards you? Would it want to be around you? Would it want to love you? Would it want to still be with you? Think about it this way, you guys. Just like your relationships with people, your relationship with money, it takes energy and a constant shift. So the best way to attract more money is to absolutely love money. You guys, the other day, I was out and I saw a penny on the ground, and I legitimately, I like put myself in danger by picking up this penny. I was so excited. I was like, woo! And no joke, someone almost just trampled right into me as they were walking, because I bent down in the middle of like walking traffic. But I love money. I love that money supports me. But for a long time, I was begging for more money. I was saying, don't leave me, don't leave me, don't leave me. Why are you never here to support me? Why are you never here? Why do you always leave? Do you think someone wants to be around something like that? No. So I want you to write down the reality of what you choose money to look like for you. So write down your goals as if they were in the present tense, what you want to happen, as if they just happened. Like, oh my gosh, I just did it. I hit my first 10K month. I'm so excited. And come into alignment around that. Come into a space where you already believe it's true. Janelle said we go treasure hunt at the supermarket for pennies. I love that. The other day, I was like, I find money everywhere. The other day, I was like, I found a dime and a quarter, and I was like, this is awesome. So your daily do is to write your reality, write what you want to come into your fruition. Like, what do you actually want to come together? Write that out. Do a daily check-in with your money and give it gratitude. Love where you are, because remember, abundance is not just a number, it's a feeling, right? I also challenge you to do a money manifestation tracking sheet on your overall income goals, so that you can get really, really clear on what you want. And what I believe is a tracked number grows. So the more you're aware of what you're bringing in, and the more you're aware of, okay, this is the big goal I want to go to, it kind of just activates that for you and keeps you excited. And then I would also start to read and listen to something that's really high vibe around money. Okay, so doing a daily practice around money is going to help you get into alignment. So you're going to get into alignment, you're going to share your message, and you're going to go sell something and make it happen for you, because people are going to buy your energy. So I'm going to recap those 3 things that we just talked about in depth here to receiving more money, sales, and clients than you've ever had before. Number 1 was to choose it that it's already done. Choose that it's already done. Number 2 was to become your future self. Number 3 was to check in with your money love story. Because you guys, if I'm being real with you, if going after your dreams was easy, everyone would do it. But most people are unwilling. And you get to be one of the 1 people who is willing and actually does go after it. Successful people, we still have fear, we still have doubt, but we don't let it stop us. I want you to get into the belief system that of course this is going to work out for you. Of course, of course, of course, of course. Build that grit and become fiercely unstoppable towards where you are going. And then you just need to add in trust, like just give a dash of trust every single day. Because once you know the work you need to do, then you need to trust and release how it's all going to work out. Okay? It's not a matter of how, it's a matter of when. It's a matter of when, right? You don't go, like, this is my beautiful example of this, right? Where there's a lot of trust. You don't go from California to the Statue of Liberty by seeing it clearly. There's no way. You get into a flight, you get into a car, you might even take a detour, and even though you can't see it, you know you're gonna get there. You know you're gonna get there. 110%. So focus on where you're going, not what you're going through. Focus on the things you want, not the things that you don't want. Who has time for that? Who even wants to think about the things they don't want all the time? That's not going to bring you to the space of really aligning to where you want to be. So the goals that you wrote down. So some of you did post your check, which I love. I'm so excited. I would love people to post that in the main group too. That'd be really fun. But in order to receive that goal, you have to believe with every fiber in your being that it is 100% possible for you. And of course it's possible. If someone else has done it, you can do that too. That doesn't mean anything that you can't. Like, you literally can. That's literally proof that some other human being who poops and eats and gets sick the same as I do and lives the life, I can do that too. But when we are in the slightest of disbelief, it's going to be a hell of a hard time getting that. And then you start to shut down the channel of the universe that gives you the breakthroughs and the downloads you need, which again, if we talk about those 6 things, the first thing was to get into alignment. The second thing was to receive the ideas. If we don't have step 1, you don't receive the ideas. And so my challenge to you is to become a better channel of receiving. Instead of telling yourself all the reasons that you can't, I want you to tell me why you can. I want you to argue with me, not with me, but argue to me. Argue to me in the Facebook group why you are going to receive everything you've ever desired, why it's meant for you, why this is going to work out for you. I want you to know what you want and then tell me exactly why it's going to happen. And you can even check in, like, why am I worthy and ready to receive that? Why am I so ready? Why am I already worthy? And you could even just be because I am. Like, that's the answer. Because we don't get riches, you guys. You tap into riches. And it's your ability to speak up, do the scary things, and lead that will bring you to the riches you've desired. You have everything you need inside of you. The rest is just like systems and structures and strategies and getting you to where you need to be. But you have, like, having that talent, that's not enough. We can't just want things. We can't just desire things. We can't just have positive thoughts. You need to figure out how to speak up and sell and create that empire as well. You have to market. It's both. That's why I do both. That's why I teach both. I do energy activation. I do strategy, because you have to have both. They have to coexist. And if you don't do the work, you guys, it's not going to work. If you don't do it, it's not going to work. But if you do the work, it's just a non-negotiable. Of course it's going to work. So become a better receiver. Go to the store and look, have a treasure hunt, like Janelle said, for pennies. Practice receiving every single day. Every single day. You can even just start your day with saying, I am worthy and I'm ready to receive. Or even, I am open and ready to receive. Whatever you need to say every day to get you on the right foot. Get you on the right foot. But I'm gonna be honest, the universe does not know the difference between a penny and $100 bill. So how many pennies have you been passing up on the ground lately? And you're gonna stop doing that. Stop ignoring it, because you're literally receiving gifts and then telling the universe that that wasn't important enough, that that wasn't worth your time. So ask and expect to receive, and then start noticing the signs, okay? Give thanks for what you have, visualize what you want, know that you're worthy, trust that it's coming, and be open to receive and take action, you guys. As soon as you get an idea, you have to take action. You have to take action. So my question is, aren't you ready for consistent 10K cash months? Give me like a yes, I'm ready in the comments. Aren't you ready for consistent 6 figures to where you're not worrying about money? Consistent like clients that actually want to work with you. The 10K, the 20K, the 30K, the more. You guys, I've done it. My clients have done it. You can do this too. And so I'm here to hold that belief for you. Let's make this happen for you too. This can absolutely happen for you. You can do this on your own, but it's going to cost you more time. It's going to cost you more money, more energy, more frustration. Having having a coach in your corner, aka me, is honestly the #1 way to succeed fast. It really, really is. And I'm here to help you massively succeed. You guys, I'm a hell of a fast runner, and I'm a massive high achiever. So I'm ready to run as fast as you are, because I want you to have those moments where you're like, holy shit, that just happened. And I want to teach you the tools. Like, even Kira's here. Oh my gosh, Kira just kicked ass after we worked together. But the tools that I teach you guys, that's how my clients have booked like 9 sales calls after 1 post, or signed 9 clients in 2 weeks, or generated over 25,000 in 20 days, or had a 5K day, had a 10K in 3 days. Those are possible for you. I had one of my clients, I think, signed 4 clients in 1 day before. So if you've not done so already, this is what we've been talking about. We've been talking about my 6-figure strategy call. You can book that with me for free. You can book that with me for free. We're going to go over 3 things. The first call is really to see if I can actually help you. That's the goal, you guys, because if I can't help you, then there's, then I'm going to lead you in the direction that I can. But we're going to figure out what's the #1 thing that's blocking you. What's the #1 thing that's blocking your success? We're going to dive into what you actually need to do, like your next steps to hitting those 10K months, to actually hitting consistent cash in your business. And then as a bonus, I'm going to give you guys the 3 things that you need to scale to 6 figures. But the cool thing is that we get 2 calls together. The first call, we're going to figure out if I can help you. And the second call, we're going to dive into how this is actually going to work out for you, and how you're going to go to 6 figures this next year, or your next 100K in the next few months, like whatever that is for you. Because to be honest with you, if you don't have these things, it's going to be really hard to scale. It's going to be really hard to scale. So if you do this, okay, you can go to bit.ly, because my team did this for me, bit.ly/badass chat. I love my bit.ly. Kira said, after 1 session with Brooke, I made 35,000 in sales and booked 6 one-on-one clients this week. Woo! Calls are booked out, all because of what she teaches. Ugh! Yeah, Kira and I are going to work together again very, very soon. I can't wait. I'm like happy dancing about it all the time. I'm going to screenshot this, because that was so badass, girl. Yeah, but this is real life, you guys. I'm not making this up. Like, I did not pay Kira to get on here today. I didn't even know she was showing up today. She just said that. Like, this is the truth, you guys. Tiffany and I work together too, and she's so beautiful. I love when Tiffany and I work together, she had these internal shifts, and now she is so much more visible. Like, it's incredible. So I know she's like listening right now. She probably is at work. She can't really hear, but these calls are for you if you guys are committed to doing the work you need to get to 6 figures. Okay. If you are serious about having that consistent cash in clients, if you desire help with getting to 10K months and above, and you're actually ready to do what it takes to make your dream a reality, and you want my help, you guys, what are you waiting for? It is free. There's no catch. Okay. We're going to make sure I can actually help you, and then we'll dive into all of the stuff I just talked about. But I have some homework for you guys, as today is the last day. So I've got 7 steps for you of things to work on. If you have not caught up on the other homework, make sure you go do that. And what I'm thinking, oh shoot, I hate that this does this. When I copy it over into the chat here, I'm just making sure, here we go, this journal prompt, and I'll go over all of this. Okay. It's funny how some of these came up under numbers and then some of them did not at all. That's so funny. Copy and paste is a funny thing, you guys. Okay. So there's 7 little things I want you to do here. And then actually go ahead and start asking your questions now because I do have a call in like 8 minutes I have to run to. So here's your homework. Okay. I want you to identify, am I operating out of lack or abundance? And identifying that. Okay. So then I want you to journal. So number 2, what is keeping me where I currently am? Am I willing? So we want to identify what it is that's keeping you in that gap. That's what we talked about. We talked about the gap today and how a lot of people are living in that gap instead of living where they want to be. So what's keeping me in the gap? Am I actually willing to change or work on that? And then when the how comes up, you're going to do the ladder. So I gave you guys the exact ladder that we talked about in the training today. So you're going to do the ladder. And then number 4, I want you to identify your money love story. So how have you actually been treating money? How do you want to treat money moving forward? Write a love note to money and how you want it to feel. Number 5 is I want you guys to actually activate and come up with a new money practice. So what is that for you? I gave you some examples today, but just figure out a new money practice that you can do every single day so you can start making those 1 millimeter shifts to receiving a lot more. Number 6 is to write out all of the things, like all of the things that looked like it wasn't going to work out. So I want you to find the evidence for yourself. Write a list of all of the things that you went after and it didn't look like it was going to work out, but then it totally did. It totally did. So just show yourself the evidence that, yeah, I make things happen all the time. Number 7 is your action step today. So today I want you guys to go live in front of your target market and tell them about the offer or tell them about a sales conversation. So whether you want to lead them into like a free call with you or a free consultation with you, or if you want to directly sell, go live and do it today. So everyone who comments and likes, and you can follow up with them later. You can be like, hey, I love that you commented on this or whatever and so forth. You can just start the conversation. Just see if they're a good fit and sell something today. Yay. All right, I have 4 minutes. Do we have any questions, you guys? This is so awesome. Janelle said, yay, Kira. Yes, real talk. Yeah, no, she's like badass. I'm so excited to see these updates though, because 35,000 in sales and 6 clients. That's hell yes. Okay, bye. Thank you. Of course, you guys. Well, this has been so much fun. I think we're going to just go ahead and do watch parties in Facebook maybe next week for all the people that couldn't jump on, because we had almost 200 people signed up for this. So I know that Facebook kind of disappointed us this week, but we are here. I love you guys. I believe in you. Come book a call with me. Let's talk about what it's going to take to get you to 6 figures. Love you. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to reach out, and I will talk to you later. Bye, guys.